welcome to the demo video for French toast. So first I'm going to go over the ingredients. As always with this demo video, I'm going to show you how to make this as if you were making it at home. When I do the demo in class, it will be a little bit different. As always, I'm going to show you how to do this demo as if you were cooking it at home. Obviously, when we do it in class, it will be a little bit different because of COVID restrictions. So first I'm going to go over the materials that we need. First thing that you need is a skillet of some sort, like a pan, because we are going to be cooking these in a saute skillet. You'll need a bowl. I'm using a plastic one, so that way I don't have to clean as much. You'll need some tongs. When you do this in class, you'll use your fingers. For your ingredients, you need some eggs. You need a little bit of butter. I know this is an entire stick, but you need a little bit of butter. And you need some stale bread. You'll also need a little bit of cinnamon. So to begin with, we are going to start by cracking an egg and putting it in our bowl. So first we're going to start by cracking the egg. I'm going to use 2 because I'm making a few slices of bread. You all will use 1 in class. I'm going to crack it on the counter because that makes it less likely to get shells in whatever it is that you're cooking. Using a fork, I'm going to stab my yolks and I'm going to mix my eggs until it makes a uniform mixture. Now that my eggs are slightly uniform, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of cinnamon. The cinnamon is optional. You don't have to add it, but it does make it really good. If you were to make this at home, you could also get cinnamon raisin bread, and that does the same thing. So mix up the cinnamon, try to make sure that it's evenly incorporated. I know that there's some chunks, but sometimes that happens. Now I'm going to cut a little bit of butter and start melting it in the pan. This is to prevent the eggs from just cooking when you put the French toast in the skillet. This allows the French toast to cook thoroughly and become more like French toast as opposed to a cooked egg on top of a piece of toast. So while my butter is melting, I am going to take my tongs and soak the bread in the egg mixture. Again, similar to the garlic bread recipe, there are a million different ways to make French toast. However, for what we're doing in class, this is the easiest way. But if you wanted to make it a little bit fancier, you absolutely could. And you really want that egg to soak in there, get it totally covered. Now, when you do this in class, you are going to be using your hands for this because I don't have enough tongs for everyone. Again, just letting it really soak up that egg. And if you wanted to sprinkle a little more cinnamon on top afterward, you absolutely could. Again, optional, you do not have to. But we're gonna let that bread soak up the egg just a little bit. This does work better with stale bread. However, if you only have regular bread, that's fine too. So you want the butter to evenly coat the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna go ahead and put my French toast in now. And we're gonna cook it for about a minute on each side. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, let the extra drip off. Put that on there. And again, it'll cook for about a minute on each side, similar to cooking a pancake or something similar. I have my heat on high, so you'll notice that my butter is starting to bubble a little bit. That's totally fine. You do kind of wanna fry this. Now we're gonna go ahead and flip this over to see if it's cooked on the first side. So as you can see, it's sort of fried the egg on the side. That's not ideally what you want, but if it happens, it is what it is. Quite honestly, this is probably very similar to what's gonna happen when we put this in the oven. Again, we don't want this to happen. We want it to cook pretty thoroughly. But because of how we're going to be cooking this, the only way that we can do this is in the oven. So, part of life. But then you cook it so that way it hopefully gets crispy on either side. I don't think that's going to happen with mine. Not everything turns out. That's okay. But see how you can see the yellow of the yolk and the white of the egg? That's something that you don't want. You want it to be a little bit more brown, just like this side. So I'm going to let them cook for a little bit longer and see if that helps. There we go. So that looks a lot better. That's a little bit more what it's supposed to be looking like. So we're going to cook it a little bit longer to get both sides nice and brown and crispy. There we go. This looks so much better. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my heat down because now my butter is really starting to splatter. I'm gonna let it finish cooking on this side, and then I'll put it on my plate. There we go. And then it'll be ready to serve. So this is what it's gonna look like at the very end. This is your French toast. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.